I just kept talking about him. I said he was okay. This is really hard to film, I'm sorry guys. And he told me to make sure his daughter was okay. It was the scariest moment of my life. I sat in my hospital bed. Excuse me for getting emotional about this. And I called his phone because I half expected for him to pick up the phone. Obviously, he never did. And at that moment in time, I realized, Kendall, you're alone. You're alone in this, and not in a negative way. I know that I had family that loved me, but this life, you come into it alone and you will leave it alone. And something clicked in my mind and I realized that I wasn't in control of this life. This wasn't me holding all the cards. That there was something more. And after I came out of surgery, if you guys have ever had surgery, you've ever been under MAC anesthesia, you know that you don't remember very much from the first maybe half hour. A couple weeks later after my surgery, my father came to me and he said, I think I should tell you what you told me when you came out of anesthesia. And I said, what? Please don't let it be something embarrassing or, you know, something he didn't know that I might have done when I was younger or something. But he said that when you woke up, the first thing you said was, I saw him. But I said to my dad, I saw him. And I just kept talking about him. I said he was okay. And that, this is really hard to film, I'm sorry guys. And he told me to make sure his daughter was okay. And that his wife was okay. And just make sure that they were good. And that was really, really hard to hear coming back from my dad. And it really shook me and it put me into a very emotional place. And I was sad and confused because I hadn't even gotten the chance to go to his funeral or his memorial because we lived on two different sides of the country. So things are still, even to this day, very raw. So anyways, as I was in that state of mind, I came across a line from the Quran that said, Allah does not burden one with more than they can bear. And that line kind of came at me like a ton of bricks, and I said, wait a second, maybe I've been looking at this all wrong. Maybe I'm given this life because I'm strong enough to live it, because I can do this, and that there's going to be a life after Crohn's, and a life after PFC, and all these tests and surgeries and doctors and pain, that it will one day stop. And I started to believe, the more I read from the Quran, that God is not going to just endlessly torture me. He didn't put me here on earth to be in pain. He put me here as a test, to test my character of who I am and how I'm going to deal with these situations that I'm put into. So I took my Shahada about a month after I had that experience, because Islam rang so true to me.